What is going on, everyone? This is Tech for You, Tech That Matters. And for those of you that don't know me, welcome to the channel. My name is David. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 12 tips to start creating your very own YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 1. Make sure to choose the correct category when creating a YouTube channel, because if you don't create a category into your YouTube channel, you're not going to gain any views and you're not going to gain any followers. And it's always important to do so when creating a YouTube channel is to stick with that category, because if not, you're never going to grow into YouTube. Tip number 2, choose the correct channel name. Now, the reason why I say make sure you choose the right channel name is because you want it to go along with the categories that you're sticking to when creating content onto YouTube. It's very important that you do this, because this is going to help someone look at your channel and say, oh, that guy's channel name is pretty cool. Let me go check out to see what kind of stuff he's uploading. So it's something along the lines of you want to draw people in to catch their attention. So that's one thing to think about when starting a YouTube channel. Tip number 3, keep track of YouTube policies. Now, this is also important because of the fact that YouTube changes their policies a lot. And it's very important to stay on top of this, because you don't want to violate any YouTube guidelines and you don't want to get temporary suspension onto your YouTube channel, because it's known to happen to others. And at the same time, YouTube does have the will to take down your videos if it's against their guidelines. So you always want to make sure that you read their guidelines, make sure that what you're posting onto YouTube goes with their guidelines. That way you can succeed and grow onto YouTube. Tip number 4, maximize your YouTube payments. The more videos you post on YouTube, the more views you get onto YouTube, the more money you get. Now, the way it works with YouTube is, let's just say that you post a 10-minute video, and in that 10-minute video, you get advertisements onto your video. So if someone's watching your video and an advertisement pops up and they watch that advertisement, you get paid for that. But there's a catch. You have to reach 100,000 views in order to start getting money. Now, as soon as you reach 100,000 views, that's $2 per view. And it goes so on and so on, and it just builds up. So it's very important to stay on top of that, because if you don't keep track of that and you don't stay on top of your analytics, you're not going to know exactly what you need to do to continue to grow and thrive onto YouTube. Tip number 5, be consistent as humanly possible when uploading content on YouTube. So if you see one guy in particular or one female in particular that's uploading, 2 times a week, you want to upload 3 or 4 or maybe 5 times a week. But at the same time, you don't want to get burnt out doing it, because if you do it so much during the week, you're going to lose interest on continuing to work and build up your channel. You're going to get pretty much thrown off, where you want to take a long period of a vacation, and then you're going to lose your train of thought. You're not going to have any ideas what you want to throw onto YouTube, and you're just going to lose focus and interest. So it's always very important to stick what you want to do, what your passion. You don't have to upload 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. You can upload twice a week or even 3 times a week, and then you can have the rest of those days off to come up with new ideas on what you can post on your YouTube channel. So you always want to keep that in mind, that being consistent is a plus. The more videos you upload, the more money you make by the views and the subscribers that you would gain from your content that you upload onto YouTube. So keep that in mind. Tip number 6, always be yourself. Don't try to be like everybody else on YouTube that you see videos. You see one guy talking about his camera, or you see another guy talking about his, Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and you're trying to basically copy their material and act like them, but in a different aspect. You don't want to do that. You want to be yourself. You want to have charisma from within yourself. You always want to show passion. You want to make sure that you are you and you're not somebody else, because if you pretend to be somebody else that you're not, you're going to lose focus of yourself. You're going to lose focus of your subscribers. You're going to start losing a lot of views onto your channel. People are going to be thinking, oh, this guy's fake, or this girl's not real, or whatever the case may be. You always want to be true to yourself and be yourself no matter what, because that's what YouTube is all about, is being yourself, expressing who you are, and showing your passion when you're creating your very own content. Tip number 7, interaction is a number one key factor. And the reason why I say that is because if you upload content onto your YouTube channel and you get 16 comments and you don't reply to those comments, you can lose a lot of subscribers. And a lot of people that watches your videos, they're not going to share your content with other YouTube channels. They're not going to share your videos through social media. You're not going to get your name pulled out from somewhere in front of someone else and say, hey, this guy's throwing up really great content, you should go check them out. Like, you're not going to get anything like that. You know, if you want to grow into YouTube, you have to interact with your subscribers. You start a conversation with them. Think of it as a social media platform. You're there to grow. If you need advice from somebody or another big YouTuber, if you have a question or you're not sure on what to do or how to make your videos up correctly, there's a lot of people out there that you can ask that can help you grow into your YouTube channel. So it's always important that you communicate with your subscribers. It's always important that you reply to their comments, you help them out, to your best ability. And as long as you interact and you show common interest on what they're trying to ask for help from you regarding your content, they're gonna see that as like, man, this guy really is awesome. He really cares. I watched his videos and I couldn't figure it out and he was there to help me through it. That's gonna help you grow onto YouTube by pulling other people into your videos and want to subscribe to your channel. So, that's a number one key factor, is interaction. Tip number 8, be creative. Think about something that nobody else thinks about. Think outside the box. There's a lot of interest that people are looking into when it comes to YouTube that you may not even think of yet. And if you're having a hard time, go into YouTube Home and go into the search bar and just type in tips or tricks. And as soon as you see those lists of, things popping up, it's going to be recommendations, what people are technically looking for in YouTube. And so that's a really great way to start off with when it comes to selecting which content to throw up there. And I think that when you're being creative into YouTube, when you're making content that other people may not think of yet, that's actually going to draw a tremendous a lot of people in there into your channel. And if it's something that you actually love doing, you're not going to have any issue whatsoever. Tip number 9, always make sure you find a quiet environment to work in. Now, this is very important because you don't want to have any distractions around you. You don't want to have any cars going by. You don't want to have a phone ringing. You want to make sure basically that you're in an environment where you don't hear echoes or music, things of that nature, because when someone's watching your video, they're going to pay attention to the details behind you. They're going to pay attention to the noises around you. They're going to see exactly how committed you are to making your videos. And that's the number one thing that a lot of people are looking for, is commitment. And if you're not showing commitment towards your videos or your content or even interacting with anybody, you're not gonna succeed into YouTube. So you always want to make sure that an acquired environment is your number one key thing when you're making your videos, especially when you're editing your videos for your YouTube channel. Tip number 10, pay attention to your YouTube analytics. Now, this is very important because if, let's just say, for example, you're posting one thing onto YouTube and you post 5 more things onto YouTube, and you're noticing that your numbers of views are going up, but your number of views are going down on certain other days. And there could be a lot of reasons for that. And one of the reasons could be is you posted one thing on YouTube that it gained a lot of views and a lot of followers because they liked what you put up there, but you put something else up on YouTube and they were thinking, oh, well, this is boring, I don't feel like watching it. They don't even watch for the first 2 minutes of your video, and they go and watch something else. That can really lower, your data onto your analytics, which can cause, not a lot of views onto your YouTube channel, things in that nature. So you always want to pay attention to your analytics, because when you pay attention to your analytics, you're going to see the difference between what content you posted and then content that people didn't really like to watch. So that gives you some sort of an idea on what to keep posting on there to gain more watch time, views, things of that nature. So keep that in mind. Tip number 11. Always make sure that you use the correct lighting in your environment where you're recording your YouTube videos. Like, I have a light in my ceiling right now, and then I have another light directly behind my camera that's basically shining right on my face and, behind me, because right now I'm technically in my studio, and I'm making sure that I get enough lighting that's going to show enough of me to pretty much show the perfect color tone, into your videos. You want to make sure basically that you're not blending different colors in, because once you edit your videos or you're recording your video like I am now, you always want to make sure it looks professional as humanly possible. Like right now, I've got 2 bulbs in my studio. I got one cool white bulb facing me, and then I have another cool white bulb onto my ceiling that I can just pull down with a string, and that's my lighting. And if I need extra lighting, I'll just turn the flash onto my camera, or I can just adjust the color tone onto my camera itself, where if I see it comfortable enough where I'm getting enough lighting into my videos, that's the way it needs to be set up. So it's very important that you do this when making new content. Tip number 12, thumbnails. Thumbnails are very important. And why do I say it's very important? Is because if you're posting videos onto YouTube and you want to grab their attention, you always want to make sure that you pick the right thumbnail for the category video that you're uploading. You want to get something that's catchy, that if someone scrolls through YouTube, and let's just say for example, use one of my videos for example, the LG G6 for 2020. I would find a thumbnail that would represent the video that I'm wanting to upload on YouTube. It wants to get their attention. They're going to sit there and say, oh, that looks pretty interesting. I want to check that video out. That's the whole purpose of creating a thumbnail. Now, you can find a thumbnail on Google search, or you can create one of your own. But as long as you do either one, you want to make sure that it grabs enough people's attention to want to check out your content. So I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you all on the next video. Peace.